Hi, and welcome back to the start of day 24 of our run through of the first year of Alpha 59 in Subsistence. So we are now in the first day of March, remembering that we started in the second day of March. So this is our 24th day, and yep, the weather looks like it's cleared up, snow's disappearing. So this is where we wrap the series up, because it's really the end of the start of the game, and we're now into power management, and it's just a question of what we want to do next. As we start to build up our power, I think I've got the mass generator running, so I'm just going to switch that off. So I think the priority would be, what I tend to do is tend to go for the, start really spamming the solar panels to a point where we can start to get steady power gain above 500 without having to rely on the generators. But even then, I would tend to get 3 generators in place so that we can fire up all 3, which gives us a +3 power input. That way we can keep the mass generator running, which is because the mass generator drains -2.5. So that way we can keep power and mass going. But of course we need lots of biofuel for that. Now we've got a fair bit of biofuel, not there, but 155. We would eventually use all of this off as we start to build things like because once we've got the power sorted out, we need 3 of these. I'm guessing at least 5 of these. We would get an animal housing in, and we would need at least a plant bed or 2 just to keep the animals fed. Now, if we're feeding animals and raising them, we're going to get high-grade meat, so we're going to be able to make an oven and to be able to cook those. But of course here, again, it's all power, it's all mass. Fridge, all power, all mass again. But this one, when it's upgraded, it would be a constant drain on power of 0.11. So if you have just one fridge, you would have to add that to this 0.37, because we would end up keeping the refinery going pretty much full time for years. Because you can upgrade it to have more than one slot. One slot pretty much does it. As long as you keep it running 24/7. Then you can find that you can pretty much burn through all your ores that way. So I did make another chest, intention of maybe putting it here. So I'm just gonna actually put it here for now, because this one was getting full, so I'm just gonna move something over, but anyway. So what else? Yeah, we would have 5 plant beds. Now the intention up here would be that this area would be for plant beds and for solar panels, and also wind turbines, and that we would eventually cover it all in glass walls and also glass ceiling eventually, so that it was protected from hunters. Because the hunter activity, we would build this up a little bit here, because the hunter activity would be focused on the BCU right here, so we would build kind of a fortified little house here. Let them wail away on that if we didn't want to fight them. But otherwise we would probably just build a little exit point here so that we would be able to fight them from here while this is all protected, because the last thing that you want is to have a bunch of things like solar panels and a grenade or a grenade arrow landing in the middle of them, because to repair them it would take a lot of valuable items like electrical components, which we really would want to avoid. So as far as cotton, we've got 5 cotton coming here. We've actually got 1 that's just matured. Now in terms of clothing, where we are at the end of the first year, we still have yet to make this, so we would need 5 mature cotton seeds there. We would need 4 here. And we would need to upgrade our shirt as well to heavy duty, so we would need another 5, total of 9, sorry, 5, 10, 14. So we've only got 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would need another 9 cotton, then we would be entirely kitted out as we wanted to, unless we wanted to make a shirt, in which case we would need another 5 there. So I think that's about it. The rest is very much, this is a very minimalistic base, it's just functional, it just gets the job done, so there's no real design in here other than just entirely thinking functionally. Of course, the building options are huge now because a lot of glass stuff's been introduced in recent updates. A lot of railings, so you can go real architecting this and build a very nice base. But this is just being entirely functional. Eventually, main purpose of this is just to get to this rock for fishing, or but also to have a land bridge across here, so that we got another way off of the base. Partially to do with hunters, because if hunters are coming in from this side, sometimes if you don't want to fight, then it's it kind of works if you get over here, take some pot shots, because then their fire is directed on you, at you, and not on the base. Anyway, I'll call it here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fast forward to another game I got going, also on a normal basis. It was started before Alpha 59, but it was along the same lines as this in terms of design. So I'm just going to flip over to that one, and I'll see you in a minute. So here we are on day 120 in a game where we went for a similar design here. So we're a little bit further moved on, of course, so just taking a quick look here. So we've got animal housing out here, and we have a mining drill. So mining drill is currently set to water because of the issue of Alpha 59 with all the blueberries and just wanting to be able to make blueberry water. Animals, so I've got that upgraded so that they're free range, so that it generates and also a feces tray, which we can use for with the plants. Free range means that they can go beyond level 3 up to level 10, at which point you get premium meat, also an additional animal slot, because the default comes with 1, so you have to buy an additional animal slot there. I haven't gone for 3, 2's enough. So here we've been dealing with the hunters a lot, and so their primary focus tends to be on the BCU here, as mentioned previously. So all this area is built up because the grenades and the grenade arrows tend to come and hit this particular part pretty much exclusively, and you get a little bit of shrapnel hitting this part of the base sometimes, but really not much. You look at that, it's full health, and I haven't repaired it. This one is full health. That one's a little bit down, a little bit down. So that's the purpose of that, because when the hunters come in, they do focus on that area. So I've got a land bridge going over there, so I've just got 2 ways in and out of this particular area. So just looking upstairs and how that developed. We've got 17 solar panels and 2 of those guys. Now, the problem of moving the plant beds around so that they all get equal light has been an ongoing issue, and I've been playing around with this one. I don't know if it gets 100% light, but that's 40, yeah. Okay, I had it here before, and it was getting like 5% less than that one. So that's why they're laid out like this, because I can't find any other way to lay them out. But anyway, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was pre-Alpha 59 as well. I don't know if I'd have any more, I doubt it, because this generates more vegetables than I think we need. In terms of clothing, we've got everything that we might need, and of course all the winter gear as well. Now the idea here, I was going to extend this so that we had more than window to fight the hunters from, and also put in windows. But the idea here was completely enclose it in glass with a roof over the top, so that all the valuable things inside here were protected from grenades and grenade arrows. But as you can see, even at day 120, we're still far away from that. When I haven't been exclusively spending all my time on this base, but because there are a couple of mini bases around the map. But yeah, it's been slow progress. In here, 5 chests. I don't really use that one now. 4 is enough. I think I've got some more chests in here just for overspill of full stacks of various things, so that we're not taking up room. Got a lathe, haven't really used it yet. Distillery, making alcohol, turning all those potatoes into alcohol so that we can start making the Molotovs. I put this here just to get it out of the way. It's a recycler, and all the stuff to recycle there in case we need it. Quick mass. Everything here much the same. I've got 2 fridges, but to be honest, I only made the second one just to quickly put all of the vegetables in before they rotted, and only just made it, as you can see, with a bunch of these stuff. But I think ultimately I shut one down because we don't need all this meat, for example. I think just cooked meals on the top and vegetables in the bottom, you only need one. So that would be the goal. I hadn't really started consolidating these, but that would be the goal. Oven, one thing I have not done, I haven't upgraded for increased power efficiency. I've kind of gone more, but here are some of the jams, chutneys and stuff, and the stuff that doesn't rot. Equipment, we've got all the equipment which you make here. But again, they're pretty expensive in terms of, well, this one's not too bad. But I guess it's expensive in terms of zinc fragments, but you have 25, 30 and 40. And this one you need 250 mass, so you have to buy more mass storage eventually. 200 mass, 1000 power. So yeah, a lot of, and here's your diving station. And again, to making all of this, more mass, more power. So it's all about power and being able to, and just having enough power. So what have we? We've got a sunny day. So let's just have a look at these solar panels. We're at 60% with 0.05. So I'll just wait up here for until a little bit later in the day. It's now a little bit later in the day, and we've got the solar panels operating at 89%, which gives 0.08 power, so 17 times 0.08. I don't think the wind turbines are generating anything. So you can see where we end up. We've got 1.37 in and 0.8 out. Now we're only using one slot in this thing here. I did upgrade it to 2 slots. But we've got to, what's that pig doing? Oh. So we're pretty much generating power all the time, and quite a lot of it, but we're far off of our maximum of 8,000. This was just where some days I just couldn't figure out what to do with the power and the mass, and I just kept adding more. And it meant that if I was away from the base for a few days as well, then it would keep building, and we would get back. But yeah, we get to use it all. What's that pig doing? So that's pretty much where we were ending up. So this is day 120, and as you can see, we're far off a complete base, because we'd have to get a roof over here, get this completely encircled, among other things. As far as weapons, we still haven't fully upgraded. We've got a recurve bow here. So I've got this 3 upgrades up. I haven't done any upgrades on this at all. I've only got 1 here, 2 on the recurve bow. So we do have our weapon of choice for the hunters down here when we've gone into the caves. So that is this guy, revolver, and that's got 2 upgrades on, but ideally at the end we would have, before we went taking on their bases every other day, we would we'd upgrade that so it was just quicker and more efficient work. But to do that we have to keep going into the caves, because we need a lot of crystal, among other things. For the 4th upgrade we have to get the premium weapon parts from some of the, we would have to raid the hunter bases to get those. The rest is manageable. We haven't done any upgrades on clip size or reload speed. That's really not so important as the firepower. But the 2nd upgrade, yeah, that takes just weapon parts, pearls, rope and metal ingot. So you see it takes 12 parts there, so 12 pearls there for a 2nd upgrade. 3rd upgrade, you're into crystals. That's from the caves. But yeah, so you need the pearls for those weapon upgrades, but also every time you make a solar panel you need 3 of these circuit boards, or a wind turbine, so 3. And every time you make a circuit board it's another 2 pearls. So each power item costs you 6 pearls. So yeah, it's a long process, this game. It takes a long time to get everything in place, and I'm still far off it here. But anyway, so I'm going to end the series there. So anyway, hopefully the 24-day journey there was useful in some way and reasonably entertaining. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. Bye.